Hi, we are from Group 5. Today we are going to learn about opium, which is a papaver somniferum species. My name is Siti Amira Hakima, binti Muhammad Fairuz from DPS 7. Let's get started. So, what is opium exactly? As you all know, there are seven main taxonomic ranks, which is the first one is kingdom, the second one is phylum, or also known as division. The third one is class, order, family, genus, and the last one is species. Opium is from kingdom Plantae, which is a kingdom of plants, and has a division of Magnoliophyta. The class is Magnoliopsida, which is a dicotyledon. The order is Papaverales. The family is Papaveraceae. The genus is Papaver, and the species is Papaver somniferum. Opium has its well-known name, which is opium poppy. The vernacular name of the opium in Tamil is apin, in Malay is kaskas, and in Chinese is minsuta. Opium was grown in Southeast Asia and known as joy plant or hulgil by the Sumerians. Opium dens is a place where opium could be bought and sold. It was found worldwide, especially in Southeast Asia, China, and also Europe. So opium has many subspecies or varieties based on their physical and chemical properties. So the first one, we take a look at the number, colors, and the shape of the flower and petals. The second one is the number and color of the seed. And the third one, the drug production from the opium itself. So the first example of subspecies in opium is Papaver somniferum peoniflorum. The Pennyflorum group, the flowers are highly double and are grown in many colors. The second example is the Laciniatum group. Papaver somniferum laciniatum group have the same flowers production as the Pennyflorum group, which is highly double. But the flower in Laciniatum group are deeply lobed like roughly pom-pom. And the third one is Norman and Pazamco varieties. These subspecies has low morphine content, making them less useful for drug production.
Okay, thank you to Siti Amir Hakima, my group mate, for the great introduction presentation just now. So, hi guys, my name is Muhammad Kamal Aizam bin Kamruzaman and I'm from BPH 7. And today, I will be presenting to you guys about the cultivation of the opium poppy. So, before we go any further, what is the meaning of the cultivation? So, the cultivation is the process of growing and maintaining the plants or crops to obtain an intended quality. So, there are various factors that we need to take care of to cultivate this opium poppy. So, firstly, is the climate. So the most suitable climate to cultivate the opium poppy are either the subtropical climate in the winter season or cool weather as long as it has sufficient sunshine. So furthermore, we must be attentive to about the soil. So the soil that we choose must be highly fertile to obtain the best quality. And it is recommended for us to use well-drained loamy soil with fine sand for this cultivation of opium. The soil also should contain organic matter and nitrogen in its composition. And lastly, about the soil, the usual ideal pH is around 7. So moving forward, next is seeds. So now we see about the seeds. Usually, the opium seeds that are required to cultivate is around 3 to 4 kilogram per hectare. And the fertilizers that we use is nitrogen and phosphorus containing fertilizers. or manure. Okay, what is manure? Manure is fertilizers from the animal dung. The opium usually yield from 25 to 26 kilogram per hectare. For seeds, it can be from 4 to 5 quintals per hectare. The opium has to be kept totally free from weeds by using the weedicides. This also helps to protect the opium plant from various insect pests. So that's all from me about the cultivation of opium. And now I call upon Navina to continue about the cultivation of opium.
Cultivation and collection of opium. So cultivation, how they culture and how they collect the final product of the opium. Source, not pure strain but cross between Papaver somniferum var. Okay, they're not using the pure strain, they're using the crossed one. Papaver somniferum var is a species, a flowering plant where they get the seeds of opium from. Okay, the petal have, how the flower is mainly look like is gray, violet gray form. The petal have a pale grayish lilac color. So mainly the flower look like the color look like a purple and grayish lah. Okay. Cultivation, small field in sunny days, crops alternated between maize, tobacco and others. So and in sunny days they culture the seeds in a in small field. Crops alternated between maize, tobacco and others, which is when they culture the seeds, they not only have one kind of species, alternate between a variety of species, which is maize, tobacco and others. Okay. Propagation. Seeds of successive batches are propagated from September to April. The flower during the end of May to beginning June. Between June and July, 8 to 5 capsules of each plant arrive at their full size. Okay. Two things, the flower and the capsule. Capsule is the ball thing you can see in the image. So they collect the flower and they collect the capsules also. Okay. Color of capsule changes from green to yellow, incision mate. Okay, when the color, the ball thing changes to yellow color, then only they can make the incision. Incision is a thin layer, thin layer cut in the surface of the capsule. So when we cut, we can see the white color liquid come out. So the white color liquid is mainly the latex. Latex scraped off the next morning. So the whole night they leave it the latex there, and the next morning only they collect the scrap off. They take out the latex from the capsule. Okay, precaution. Time of incision made. Endocarp of the poppy should not be cut, otherwise latex will be lost. So the main stem, we cannot be cut off lah. So as we all know, when we cutting the stem, the plant will die afterward, right? So endocarp of the poppy should not be cut. So when we cut the stem, when we cut the endocarp, the poppy will die. So how come the latex will come out? Cannot, right? So mainly we cannot cut the poppy, the endocarp lah. Okay. The dried latex is collected and it is molded into balls. Opium is dried at 1000 degrees Celsius, wrapped with poppy leaves and packed in airtight container. They take out the dried latex, they collect the dry latex, and they mold into balls. Okay, and then they dried at 1000 degrees Celsius. Okay. Opiates such as morphine, thebaine, codeine, and oripavine are extracted from both opium and straw. The seeds themselves contain very small amount of opiates and have measurable narcotic effect in small quantities.
So now I'd like to move on to the next part of this topic, which looks at the phytoconstituents of opium. I am Siti Nadia binti Azizi from BPS cohort 13. As we all know, every plant has its own phytoconstituents in it. So basically, phytoconstituents are actually active chemical compounds that occur naturally in plants but are not established as essential nutrients. Some are responsible for color, aroma, and other organoleptic properties which can be perceived by a sense of organ, which capable in detecting a sensory stimulus such as taste, sight, smell, and touch. So, as for opium, its most valuable constituents are varying amounts of the meconics or meconic acid, which is a salt or ester of some 25 alkaloids. And this is the structure of meconic acid. Alkaloid can be defined as any of a class of naturally occurring organic nitrogen-containing bases. And here is just an extra information for all of you. The first alkaloid to be isolated and crystallized was the potent active constituents of the opium poppy itself, which is a morphine in the year about 1804. Moving on, the chief of the opium's constituents is morphine, then followed by codeine, narcotin, thebaine, noscapine, narcine, and papaverine. At the time of collection, the content of morphine that can be collected is around 10 to 20%, meanwhile codeine 0.3 to 4%. Narcotin is around 2 to 8%, thebaine 0.2 to 0.5%, noscapine and narcine are around 0.5 to 1%, and papaverine 0.4 to 1%. And these are all the important phyto constituents in the opium that we can get.
Okay, now let's go through the uses of opium poppy. Hello guys, my name is Amira Akmal binti Amir and I am from BPS 13. The medicinal properties of opium poppy alkaloids are quite diverse. For example, codeine. It is the methyl ether derivative of morphine that are found in the opium poppy. It is an excellent analgesic that is relatively non-addictive. Opium or opiates causes depression of the central nervous system, which is a physiological state that can result in a decreased rate of breathing, decreased heart rate, and loss of consciousness that can lead to coma or death. It is also used as a hypnotic and sedative agent, which help to relieve pain and calm excitement. In addition, opiates can be used as an astringent in diarrhea and dysentery. It works by slowing the movement of the intestine. Since codeine is less sedative than morphine, thus it is very useful in cough preparation. An alkaloid named papaverine is very useful in muscular spasm. It acts directly on the heart muscle to depress conduction and prolong the refractory period. Thus, it relaxes various smooth muscles. And last but not least, noscapine. Noscapine is a non-narcotic compound and used as an antitussive agent. Noscapine exerts its antitussive effects through the activation of sigma-opioid receptors. That's all from us about opium poppy. Thank you for lending us your ears and hopefully you guys can gain knowledge from our video presentation. And before I end this presentation, our group has prepared a crossword puzzle which you guys can give it a try to answer it. Have fun guys. Thank you. Stay safe and bye-bye.